Hello guys, good afternoon. You're welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. If you just see me for the first time, thank you. I'm a Nigerian who lives here in South Africa with my family, and I make various contents. I'm sure you will like it here on this channel. Of course, why wouldn't you like it here? Yeah, because we do amazing things. So please do well to hit on the subscribe button. It's just a click away from you, and it's absolutely free, okay? And when you do that, please hit on the bell sign. That's where you'll be notified of my subsequent videos, okay? So yes, all my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I do not take you for granted. And yes, so also please give this video a thumbs up, okay? Share this video if you like this video. Yes, in today's video we're talking about South African election. Of course, I want to put this disclaimer again, just like I always do whenever I talk about politics. This channel is not a political channel. I'm not a political analyst. I'm just a normal African. That's what concerns Africa and my country, Nigeria, South Africa, like Africa in general. I feel as though what concerns Africa concerns me. So I just once in a while talk about something I feel I should talk about. So, but I'm not a political channel. My channel is not all about politics, and it will never be, okay? I just talked about this last time, and I decided to like also talk about it again. Okay, this video is all about South African election that was held in diaspora. South Africans in diaspora, different diaspora countries, both Europe, America, different diaspora countries have voted. Yes, so last year, yeah, I think, was it last year or early this year, I talked about what Nigerian government should learn from South African government when it comes to election. That was when the election was almost approaching, and I heard over the radio that South Africans in diasporas have been registering, and they've been registering to vote. And I'm like, what? Wait, you say what? What did you say? Just come again. Let me understand that. So I feel as though it's a continuation of that video. And again, especially because a subscriber of mine, I'm sure that person must have watched that video. The person was like, oh, Olivia, please comment or make a reaction. Okay, let me just read it. Let me not misquote. Person says, hey, can you please react on how the election process or the way the process is in South Africa while we are heading towards 29th of May for voting? Okay, so the person is trying to talk about the diaspora election, because this person said that thing on, like, he or she made this comment on the day that the South Africans in diaspora voted. Okay, so, and he said, I want to hear your opinion on the process of Nigeria and South Africa. So yeah, I'll just oblige him or her. I don't know if it's a he or a she. So okay, I just want to talk about what I feel. So I said I was very, very, very surprised, pleasantly surprised, I would say, when I heard that South Africans in diaspora have registered to vote for the coming election. That was a few months back. And South Africans came to the comment section, and a lot of them came and told me, Olivia, this is not the first time the South Africans in diaspora voted. South Africans in diaspora voted in the other, like the election before this particular election. They also voted. I'm like, you say what? So I was like talking about the fact that, oh my God, so this kind of thing can happen in South Africa and African countries. Nigeria should learn from it, and our leaders should learn from it. And I talked about the fact that since South Africa is an African country and they can do it, that's, I'm talking about the previous video I talked about. First time I heard this, I talked about since South Africa is an African country and that they can vote, or they can even plan for their citizens to vote wherever they are, Nigeria as a country, as an African country, can also learn and try and initiate this kind of policy, or initiate this during the next forthcoming election, which will be in 3 years time from now. All right, so having said that, now this May 2024, South Africans in diaspora has voted. Yes, South Africans in diaspora actually came out in their mass to vote, and that is the essence of this video. I just want to react on that. First of all, the first part to react is that there were different countries where these votes took place in different continents. So according to what I saw, I was also put it on the screen, 78,000 92 South Africans have registered overseas for the election. That's to vote for the forthcoming election. It now says the 20 biggest voting stations worldwide are London, Hugwe, Hago, I don't know. I hope I don't murder this. I've not heard this kind of country before. Okay, Canberra, Dubai, Dublin, Wellington, Abu Dhabi, New York, Washington DC, Berlin, Lisbon, Port Louis, Munich, okay, Toronto, Maputo, Seoul, Doha, Paris, Kinshasa, and Bern. These are the biggest voting stations worldwide where South African citizens who live maybe around those environs will be able to come and vote. And they actually voted in mass. Because I'll be putting some TikTok videos I saw, and I was able to get online of how the voting went, and you know, people that came to vote. South Africans actually came out in their mass, like guys, in their mass to vote. Okay, so the first thing I'll mention is that my first commentary is that I want to commend the South African government. I want to commend South African citizens. Yeah, compared to Nigerians in diaspora, our Nigerian government have not given us this platform, this opportunity to cast our vote as Nigerians in diaspora. So for the fact that South African government has given their citizens, wherever they are in the world, there's definitely a station where they'll be able to go and cast their vote, is commendable, and I want to applaud that. Okay, so that's that. We didn't get that. They got it, and it happened actually. Another thing I also want to applaud is that South Africans have this opportunity, or had this opportunity, and they actually utilized it, because if you watch, they came out in their mass to vote, both blacks and whites and other races. But I think they are more of whites, let me just put it that way. Although they are more of white, but that doesn't matter. They are all South Africans. There are also blacks that I saw there. And yeah, so South Africans being given the opportunity and they utilized it, they actually came out to vote in their mass. I also want to mention that, judging with what happened with the last election in Nigeria, last gubernatorial and presidential election in Nigeria, I'm sure that if Nigerians were also in diaspora were also given the opportunity, I want to believe that, in fact, I can beat my chest to it to say that Nigerians in diaspora, because we have always also clamored for change, we would have come out in our masses to also vote. Just like South Africans, which I commend, came out in their masses to vote. Nigerians, if we are given the opportunity, those of us in diaspora, I'm sure we would have also come out in our masses to vote, because we actually want change. We have always desired change. Most of us know the leaders we feel as though we want to vote for, and you know, the leaders we feel, or the presidential leader we feel that could have done things fairly or better. So I would say that most of us, if we were given the opportunity as Nigerians, we would have, just like South Africans came out to vote in their mass, I'm sure we would have also come out to vote. So that's what I have to say about that part of it. So I will say that as much as South Africans, we are very patriotic, I saw their patriotism. Most of them out there, most of them, if you watch some of the videos that I watched, some of them said the voting, their queue took like 4 or 5 hours before they to the front or to where they could cast their vote, and most of them waited patiently and they sat there. They were just, you know, just like what happened during our election in Nigeria. Most people waited from morning to night to be able to cast their vote, although in our own situation was a different case, because some people were not able to cast their vote, some people were able to cast their vote, but that's a story for another day. Okay, so for the fact that South Africans were patriotic and they waited throughout the queue till it got to them, I commend them, and that was what Nigerians would have been doing. Remember, I'm trying to compare, or I'm trying to like react, let me just put it that way. So yeah, again, that being said, I feel as though when it comes to how peaceful the election was, I didn't see any agitations from the videos, and nobody commented that there was any agitation. People only commented that, okay, they had only long hours to wait. Some people said they had 3 hours to wait. Some people said they had 5 to 6 hours to wait before they voted. So
today was voting day. Today was the special elections for everybody who lives abroad, and we had to go to Den Haag. This was the line when we got there. It was already a 5-hour wait when we got there. The IEC official did warn us that it would be a 5 to 6 hour wait, but we all thought he was joking. By hour 3, it was hot and everybody was hungry, but as you can see, it was like a really nice vibe. Everybody was making friends and getting to know each other. After literally 5.5 hours, we finally got to the front of the queue. This is us after we voted. We were so proud, and this is the line as we were leaving. It was just getting longer and longer, but it was such a vibe.
Yeah, which was actually the case in Nigeria. In fact, in Nigeria, most people waited. Some polling stations, ballot bus did not come till evening. Some ballot bus came in the morning and they voted and they left. So it depended on the area for doing our Nigerian election, the one that held in Nigeria. Of course, like I already mentioned before, Nigerian government did not give Nigerians in diaspora the opportunity in this 2023, in this century. They didn't give us the opportunity to be able to cast our vote as much as they would have been able to arrange that, which I want to use this opportunity to say next time. I hope that Nigerian government will look and learn from South Africa. So if South Africa as a country in the continent of Africa can arrange for their citizens votes outside South Africa, I think Nigerians can do it as well. So they didn't give us the opportunity, but they gave South Africans the opportunity. And yeah, but the waits, I will say that South Africans also experienced a little bit of wait, depending. Yeah, some people waited longer than others, just like it happened in Nigeria election that held last year. But the only difference is that in Nigeria, the election that held last year in Nigeria, some polling stations experienced some anomaly. There was a couple of anomalies. Some people were not able to vote. Some people were bullied. Some people were asked not to vote. Some ballot boxes were snatched. And yeah, in a few stations. Yeah, but from what I saw, at least the South African election that happened in diaspora in 20 different countries of the world, there was peace. There was people came out in their masses. South Africans came out in their masses, stood on the queue, long queue, and they were able to cast their vote when it was their turn, and they left. Okay, so another thing I want to say is that all the happiness in the faces of South Africans, that they were able to at least impact on the election, which was like it was a priceless thing. Like most of them were happy to vote. In fact, most of them were actually happy to vote, and they were making friends, chit-chatting. I wish we experienced it, honestly. I wish I, for one, was able to experience the votes. That's what I can say about the election. Okay, South African election was peaceful. South Africans were given the opportunity to vote in diaspora. Let me see if there's any other thing I want to say. Yeah, people had food, people had their drinks. Some of course it happened in diaspora, so people came with their children. Some people of course may not have people to babysit their children, which is normal, and but they made sure that they came and they voted. They were happy, just like I know that Nigerians were happy during the elections. Nigerians were also delighted to vote for a change that did not happen. Anyway, that's the story for another day. But Africans in general, Nigerians are patriotic. South Africans are also patriotic. When you know that you're trying to vote for a change, you're trying to actually vote for the government that you trust, that you believe in, you're happy. It's patriotism. So I want to say that both countries are patriotic. It depends on the opportunity that is being given to you. Like if we are given the opportunity that South Africans we are giving to, I'm sure we would have been happy and we would have voted as well. So yeah, I'll also try and keep an eye and also see how the elections that will go on here in South Africa how it is going to play out. I believe that the peace and the tranquility that happened in the diaspora, in the UK, in America, in different countries of the world, I believe that they will try and uphold that standard, which was not the case in Nigerian election. Although some states were peaceful, some cities were peaceful, some people had quietly voted and left, and in Nigeria, but a few polling booths, especially in Lagos and in Port Harcourt, I think there was a lot of anomaly in Nigeria. But yeah, so I just wish South Africans the best. I hope the best candidate or the best presidential party wins, and I hope that the change that they desire they get. I hope that people vote for the right candidate.
Well, we are very happy that they've come out in their numbers to go and vote, and we hope they'll do the right thing and vote for change. Many of them left South Africa because they were not comfortable with what is happening today. So they need to know that this is their home They can come back if they vote for a progressive party, if they vote for a party that cares about the people of South Africa. So we are happy, and that also tells you what's going to happen on the 29th of May. There is a lot of excitement. There is many people who are looking forward. There are many people who are looking forward to that day of the 29th of May, like today it's happening in London and many other parts of the world.
And let the best team win. And I also want to use this opportunity to say, yeah, from this that happened, you know, when South Africans think that South Africans don't live in diaspora, I know that this have actually a lot of South Africans actually live in diaspora. I would say more white than other races, but yeah, all races of South Africa live in diaspora as well. That's another thing to talk about. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. We'll see how it plays out, but I really commend South Africans. I really appreciate, like, I liked what I saw. Honestly, I really liked what I saw. I appreciate those that came out to vote. I hope this will be our story as Nigerians in the next coming election, that we as Nigerians will be able to vote from wherever we are, okay, and make the change that we desire. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts with me on the comment section. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and share this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.